Hi everyone, my name is Abhiraj Garakapati. Welcome to my YouTube channel Amazing Abhi.
Your journey into stories begins here.
Fend off other students who try to ambush them. When tired, they rest together under a makeshift roof. As Shen Qinghan sleeps on his shoulder, Lin Zichen looks at her fondly, wishing the peaceful moment could last longer. Finally, they arrive at the central area of the forest. Shen Qinghan points out a wooden sign that ominously reads, "Danger, Abhorrent Beast Zone." However, as they venture deeper, they find it eerily quiet. Shen Qinghan observes that they might have arrived too late, as there are no aberrant beasts in sight. The only evidence that anything was ever there are large, unsettling bloodstains splattered across the path. As they walk through the forest, Shen Qinghan is disappointed, lamenting that if they'd arrived earlier, she could have earned the genius title by killing aberrant beasts. Lin Zichen comforts her with a pat on the head, telling her the title doesn't mean much and it's time to go back. He reflects that with cameras everywhere, hunting beasts is impossible, so it's more practical to focus on training Shen Qinghan's survival skills. After the combat assessment, the students are taken to the next phase, the gene fusion compatibility test. They are bused to a high-security facility on an island, the Island Gene Research Institute, where they are told to get in line for the test. Inside the lab, the students wait to have their blood drawn. Shen Qinghan asks Lin Zichen if the reagents in the test tubes are for the test. He confirms they are flowing cloud jellyfish genetic reagents. This jellyfish's genes have a high affinity with the human body and easily cause a special chemical reaction with human blood, making them the ideal reagent. The procedure involves injecting the students' fresh blood into the jellyfish reagent to observe the chemical reaction, which determines if a student is suitable for gene fusion. While waiting, a nervous Hiyu expresses his hope to pass the gene fusion test, not wanting to go through the mechanical modification test. Shu Rui adds that the mechanical test is rumored to be painful, like being burned, as it involves implanting special metal alloys into the body. This thought terrifies Hiyu, who begins praying. After their blood is drawn, the students wait about an hour for the results. As scores come in, a girl celebrates her 8% compatibility, which qualifies her to be a gene fuser, while another is dejected over a 4% score. Another classmate is relieved to have barely passed with 6%. The students discuss the grading scale. 6% is passing, 8% is excellent, and 10% is required for top universities. They also mention the famous Kyoto prodigy has a compatibility of 16%. Hearing this, Lin Zichen silently wonders what his own score will be, thinking that since his physical attributes are superior, perhaps he could reach 20%. Shen Qinghan, growing anxious, grabs Lin Zichen's arm for support. He calmly takes her hand, telling her it's normal to be nervous, while thinking she might not be able to continue with him if her compatibility is too low. Suddenly, their friend Chu Rui exclaims in joy that she scored 10%, high enough for the top universities. Yu, however, seems slightly disappointed with his 11% score, feeling it should have been higher. Seeing that others have results, Lin Zichen turns to check his phone. Shen Qinghan, too scared to look at her own score, asks him to check his first and then hers. He agrees and looks at his phone. The result is an impressive 15%. Overjoyed, Shen Qinghan immediately throws her arms around Lin Zichen in a celebratory hug, exclaiming that with a score like that, he is surely the top scholar in the province. Despite Shen Qinghan's joy, Lin Zichen is internally disappointed his 15% compatibility is lower than the Kyoto prodigies, leading him to conclude that physical strength isn't the only factor determining aptitude for gene fusion. He then gently tells Shen Qinghan it's her turn to check her results, and she nervously agrees. He tries to reassure her, saying that if someone like him can get a good score, she certainly can, too. However, as he brings up her results, his expression turns to shock. Shen Qinghan and Chu Rui, looking over his shoulder, mirror his astonishment. The phone screen displays an unbelievable result. Shen Qinghan has a gene fusion compatibility of 21%. The scene shifts to the Nanjing Provincial Ministry of Education headquarters, where Mo Dongjai is in a meeting with other officials, including the principal of Shanghai High. Mo Dongjai announces the Jin fusion compatibility results are in. First, they see Lin Zichen's profile, noting his impressive 15% score, making him the provincial top scholar. The other officials congratulate the principal of Shanghai High, and while she acts modest, she is inwardly proud. Just as everyone believes the top student has been identified, Shen Xingqian's results are displayed. Her 21% compatibility score sends a shock wave through the room. The officials exclaim in disbelief, questioning if such a high number is possible. The principal is just as surprised, recalling Shen Xingqian as Lin Zichen's seemingly ordinary childhood friend. The extraordinary result piques Mo Dongjai's interest, who asks for more information on Shen Xingqian. The principal of Shanghai High nervously suggests to Mo Dongjai that Shen Xingqian's result must be a mistake, as her school performance has always been ordinary. With a sigh, Mo Dongjai decides there's no other way and that she must go see for herself. Back at the testing facility, students are in an uproar over the 21% result, questioning if the test was wrong. Shen Xingqian herself turns to Lin Zichen in disbelief, asking if there was a mistake. Lin Zichen calmly tells her he doesn't think it's an error. He leans in close, explaining she has a natural high affinity for water, and since the test used a reagent from a water attribute beast like the flowing cloud jellyfish, her result makes sense. Shen Xingqian's eyes light up with understanding. She excitedly realizes this means her body is highly compatible with water attribute beast genes, making her a natural genius. With newfound confidence, looks at Lin Zichen, thinking she is finally worthy of standing by his side. Lin Zichen smiles warmly, happy for her. Their moment is suddenly interrupted when someone shouts for everyone to look outside. As they turn, they witness a massive whirlpool of water rising from the ocean, and standing atop it is Mo Dongjai. The students watch in awe as she stands powerfully on the surging wave. The other students panic, wondering if she is a heretic, and fearing she is about to destroy the entire facility. Mo Dongjai lands gracefully, the water receding around her. The Research Institute staff immediately recognize her, bowing and calling her name. They identify her as Mo Dongjai, Vice Principal of Shanghai University, from a prestigious martial arts family with a 1,000-year history. Staff members whisper rumors that her family once tamed dragons and fused with their genes, which would explain her incredible ability to manipulate water. Ignoring the staff, before we move ahead, please take a second to like on this video. A like tells me that you enjoyed this topic. Your support helps Amazing Apai grow naturally. Mo Dongjai walks directly to Shenzhen Han and asks if she is the one. To verify the extraordinary test result, she orders a scientist to draw a Shenzhen Han-esque blood and retest it 3 more times. Afterward, a drained Shenzhen Han sits with her friends. He expresses his concern, and she admits her arm is a bit numb after the repeated blood draws. Soon, a scientist calls for Shenzhen Han to follow him, and she complies. She is led to a private office where Mo Dongjai is waiting. Mo Dongjai smiles, announcing the results are in. She leans close to the nervous girl, exclaiming that all 3 tests consistently showed 21% compatibility. Getting straight to the point, Mo Dongjai makes a life-changing offer. She wants to take Shenzhen Han as her disciple. Shenzhen Han is completely stunned, stammering at the sudden request. To demonstrate the power she could learn, Mo Dongjai effortlessly levitates water from a glass on her desk, swirling it in a controlled vortex. She tells Shenzhen Han that as her student, she will easily be able to perform such feats. Overwhelmed, Shenzhen Han asks for time to think, wanting to consult Lin Zichen first. Mo Dongjai dismisses her hesitation, stating there is nothing to consider, as becoming her disciple offers only advantages. While continuing her impressive display of water manipulation, Mo Dongjai asserts her authority, stating that as Provincial Minister of Education and Vice Principal of Shanghai University, she has decided Shenzhen Han will attend her university now that they have a master-disciple relationship. She leans in close, asking the nervous Shenzhen Han if she has anything to say. Overwhelmed and intimidated, Shenzhen Han meekly replies that she has nothing to add. Feeling completely railroaded, she nervously adds Mo Dongjai's contact info to her phone. Mo Dongjai then informs her that she has another disciple, who will be Shenzhen Han's senior sister. She explains this student is of a similar age, but began her training over 10 years ago. Mo Dongjai sends a photo to her phone saying she'll introduce them when the time is right. Shen Jinhan is shocked when she sees the picture of a white-haired girl with a spear, surrounded by skeletal remains and standing over a monstrous carnivorous plant. She immediately recognizes her as her old friend, Beishui. She asks Mo Dongjai for her senior sister's name. Mo Dongjai reveals it is Liuoqian Shui and asks if Shen Jinhan knows her. Shen Jinhan explains that she had a friend in elementary school named Beishui who looked just like her, but she transferred away suddenly. She wonders if they could be the same person. Mo Dongjai dismisses the idea as impossible. Still puzzled by Shen Jinhan's score, Mo Dongjai tells her that her gene fusion compatibility is beyond anything she has ever seen. She decides to conduct a physical examination to see if there is anything special about her body. As she places a glowing hand on Shen Jinhan's chest, she becomes visibly surprised, muttering that something is strange. A worried Shen Jinhan asks if something is wrong with her body. Mo Dongjai explains that on the contrary, her body is too normal, which is odd for someone with a 21% compatibility score. To protect her from unwanted attention and potential harm from those with malicious intent, Mo Dongjai decides to publicly report Shen Jinhan's score as 16%. Shen Jinhan quietly agrees to the arrangement. With their business concluded, Mo Dongjai dismisses Shen Jinhan, telling her it is getting late and she can go home. Shen Jinhan nervously says goodbye to her new master and leaves the office. Once alone, Mo Dongjai makes a phone call. The man on the other end, her father, tells her the new disciple is extraordinary and destined for greatness, which will bring them unimaginable rewards. He sternly warns her that her student's incredible talent must be kept a secret from everyone. Mo Dongjai agrees, telling her father she understands. Later, as Lin Zichen gives Shen Jinhan a ride home on his bicycle, he remarks how strange it is that she so suddenly acquired a master. She agrees the situation feels very abrupt. Lin Zichen decides they should adopt a wait-and-see approach. He tells her, if Mo Dongjai proves to have no malicious intent, then it is fine to accept her as a master. However, if she turns out to be a bad person, they will end the relationship once Shen Jinhan is strong enough. Shen Jinhan agrees with his plan as she gets off the bike. As they arrive, their mothers, Zhang Wangzin and Zhu Ming, greet them with great excitement. They announce they are all going to a restaurant to celebrate their children's success. They are overjoyed that Shen Jinhan is the provincial top scholar and that she and Lin Zichen can attend the same university together. At that restaurant, both families raise their glasses in a toast, celebrating Shen Jinhan and Lin Zichen for achieving the top 2 scores in the province. After the joyful dinner, the families part ways, wishing each other a safe trip home. That night, under a full moon, there is a knock at Lin Zichen's door. His mother, Zhang Wangzin, opens it to find Shen Jinhan standing there in her pink pajamas, looking flustered. Zhang Wangzin smiles and teasingly asks if she has come to sleep with Lin Zichen. Again, flustered by Zhang Wangzin's teasing, Shen Jinhan quickly denies any romantic intentions, insisting she has something very important to discuss with Lin Zichen in person. She tells Zhang Wangzin she's going to find him and rushes into his room. Amused, Zhang Wangzin watches her go, wondering to herself if the important matter is a love confession. Shen Jinhan knocks on Lin Zichen's door, telling him she has something important to say. When he opens the door and asks what's wrong, she explains it is about the matter with her new master from earlier that day. Inside his room, she sits on his bed, hugging a pillow for comfort. She tells him that her master, Mo Dongjai, performed a full physical examination on her, but found nothing out of the ordinary, concluding that her body was no different from a normal person. Shen Jinhan reveals the crucial detail. Even with her power, Mo Dongjai was unable to detect her strange ability to let water pass through her body. Lin Zichen is internally stunned by this revelation. He reflects on Mo Dongjai's immense power, capable of controlling massive waves, yet she was unable to uncover the secret of Shen Jinhan's body. He concludes that her physical constitution is far more mysterious than he had ever imagined. He places a reassuring hand on her shoulder, advising her that they must keep this ability a secret from everyone for now, as they cannot predict the consequences if it were to be revealed. He suggests they can slowly study it later when they are stronger and more experienced. Shen Jinhan agrees, telling him she will follow his lead. She then brings up another topic, remembering that her master mentioned she has a senior sister. Shen Jinhan explains that she saw a photo of this senior sister and was shocked by how much she looks like her old friend, Bei Shui. She then shows the picture on her phone to Lin Zichen. He takes the phone and examines the photo of Liuo Qianshu. He acknowledges the resemblance, but notes that her aura is completely different from the Bei Shui he remembers. His attention, however, is drawn to the strange, forested background of the image. He asks Shen Jinhan if she has any idea where the photo was taken. Shen Jinhan tells Lin Zichen she doesn't know where the photo was taken, but she will ask her master. She sends a text to Ma Dengji asking about the location. Ma Dengji gives a one-word reply. Source site. When Shen Jinhan asks for more details, her master cryptically responds that she will find out when she becomes stronger. Shen Jinhan relays this information to Lin Zichen, telling him she couldn't get any more. Before we move ahead, please take a second to share on this video. Sharing helps this video reach friends who may also enjoy anime, gaming, travel, cricket, chess, career basics, or personal stories. Your support helps Amazing Abhai grow naturally. Details. Lin Zichen decides they should put the matter aside for now and revisit it in the future. Later, as they lie on his bed, both looking at their phones, Shen Jinhan quietly watches him for a moment. She then asks him if men like women who wear Chang psalms. The question catches Lin Zichen off guard, and he internally wonders if she was influenced by her master, Ma Dengji, who wears a similar traditional dress. He blushes as he imagines Shen Jinhan in a Chang psalms, thinking to himself that it would look very good on her, and admitting that it depends on the person. Sensing his response, Shen Jinhan leans in closer, pressing him on whether he likes them. A completely flustered Lin Zichen stammers that he supposes he does. She continues her questioning, asking about stockings and whether he prefers black, white, or nude-colored ones. He wonders why she is asking such strange questions. Pinned down on the bed, he finally relents, admitting that if he had to choose, he would pick black or white stockings. Satisfied with his answers, Shen Jinhan immediately sits up and starts ordering a Chang psalms and stockings on her phone, leaving a bewildered Lin Zichen to wonder what just happened. Their conversation is interrupted by a knock at the door. It is Zhang Wangzhen, who has brought a bag for Shen Jinhan. She explains that Shen Jinhan's mother sent over some toiletries and told her to just sleep over for the night. A completely flustered Shen Jinhan takes the bag, stammering that she never asked her mother to send anything, and wondering why she would act on her own. As she leaves, Zhang Wangzhen cheerfully tells them not to worry, as they are both adults now, so it is perfectly fine for them to sleep over together before closing the door. An awkward silence fills the room as both Shen Jinhan and Lin Zichen blush, unsure of what to do next. Resigning herself to the situation, Shen Jinhan sits on the bed and opens the bag, stating that she will just change her diaper and go to sleep. However, as she looks inside, she pulls out an object with a surprised expression, asking what it is. To her absolute horror, she realizes she is holding a box of those things for safety. Utterly mortified, she wonders what on earth her mother was thinking by packing such an item in her bag. In a complete panic, she stammers that she is going to change her diaper and scrambles off the bed, tripping over her own feet and falling face first onto the floor in her haste to escape. Lin Zichen is left sitting on the bed, completely bewildered by the chaotic scene and wondering what is going on. Lin Zichen and Shenzhen have been accepted into the Evolution Academy of Shanghai University. Lin Zichen tells Shenzhen Han, who is sitting on the back of his bicycle, to hold on tight because they're about to get going. She obliges, wrapping her arms around his waist. They have both also signed up for the He family's martial arts gym and are on their way to a promotional event today. As they ride through the bustling city streets, Lin Zichen suddenly notices that a strange group of people is blocking their path. A man in black and gold robes, accompanied by several men in white karate uniforms, stands before them and asks if he is Lin Zichen. Surprised, Lin Zichen stops the bike and asks them who they are. The man introduces himself as Liu Chuan-Wu, the dean of Shanghai University's Buddha Academy. However, he clarifies that he is not there in his official capacity, but as a representative of an organization called Tan Renjai. Tan Renjai is a conservative organization that opposes gene fusion and mechanical modification, preferring to fight threats with traditional martial arts. Lin Zichen recalls hearing about them, but internally dismisses them, thinking their ideology is misguided and deludes its followers. Liu Chuanwu formally invites Lin Zichen to join Tian Renjai. Ignoring him, Lin Zichen simply asks them to get out of his way. As Lin Zichen tries to pass, Liu Chuanwu places a hand on his shoulder to stop him, asking for a moment to talk. Attempting to persuade him, Liu Chuanwu offers him a new phone as a gift, but Lin Zichen is clearly made uncomfortable by the insistence. Later, Lin Zichen, Shen Xinghen, and Liu Chuanwu are sitting in a cafe. Liu Chuanwu explains that his organization Tian Renjai researches how to unlock the potential of pure-blooded humans without gene fusion or mechanical modifications. He passionately claims that their goal is to help humans break through the ordinary biological barriers and evolve into advanced, rare, or even epic beings. To prove his point, he tells Lin Zichen that they have already achieved some results and shows him a video on his phone. In the video, Liu Chuanwu, who states his own biological level is ordinary tier Roman 9, is seen facing a formidable opponent. He explains that the video shows him defeating a high-level gene fuser. Lin Zichen is shocked to recognize the winged man in the video as Wu Tiancheng, the powerful prodigy who had single-handedly taken down the rat god cult. The fight in the video unfolds, showing Wu Tiancheng leaping high into the air and unleashing a deadly shower of sharp feathers down on Liu Chuanwu. The feathers pierce Liu Chuanwu's body, leaving him bloodied while Wu Tiancheng lands gracefully back on the fighting stage. Despite his injuries, Liu Chuanwu charges forward with incredible force and lands a devastating punch on Wu Tiancheng, sending the powerful gene fuser flying out of the ring. As the video ends, Liu Chuanwu passionately argues that the human lineage is already invincible and does not need to borrow power from other species, proclaiming that pure-blooded humans who follow their path of cultivation are the true future. Lin Zichen looks at the phone, his expression a mixture of shock and disbelief. He wonders if the video could be fake, questioning if it was edited or if Wu Tiancheng was paid to lose on purpose. Liu Chuanwu dismisses his doubts, stating firmly that the video is completely unedited. He adds that he will continue to challenge other high-level gene fusers and invites Lin Zichen to come and watch any time. Lin Zichen then asks why they don't just post the video online to better promote Tian Renj. Liu Chuanwu explains that they would like to, but those in power do not allow it. With a surge of anger, he elaborates that the authorities believe that as long as a method doesn't raise a person's biological level, it has no future and is not worth promoting. He slams his fists on the table in frustration, arguing that without wider promotion, they cannot attract more people to their research, which makes achieving a breakthrough incredibly difficult. After all, he says, qualitative change requires quantitative change. He then looks at Lin Zichen with hope, telling him that if a genius like him joined them, he wouldn't get stuck at ordinary tier Roman 9 for 50 years like he has. Liu Chuanwu is certain that Lin Zichen would be able to evolve into a high-level being. Lin Zichen is taken aback by this information, internally noting that Liu Chuanwu has been stuck for 50 years, but only looks about 50 years old himself. Seemingly reading his thoughts, Liu Chuanwu reveals a startling secret. He tells Lin Zichen not to be fooled by his appearance, as he is actually almost 100 years old. He explains that he has been able to maintain his youthful appearance thanks to their special cultivation methods. Skeptical, Lin Zichen searches online for the Dean of Shanghai University's Buddha Academy. The results confirm Liu Chuanwu's story, and encyclopedia entry lists his birth date as March 1929. Lin Zichen is surprised their cultivation method can grant such longevity and briefly wonders if his parents could learn it. He continues to scroll and learns that in his youth, Liu Chuanwu was the young master of the Liu family, a top martial arts clan. When the era of gene fusion began, his family's refusal to adapt led to their decline, with their dojo falling into ruin. The information also reveals a personal tragedy. Liu Chuanwu's insistence on the traditional path resulted in his wife and children leaving him as they chose to embrace gene fusion. Looking at the article, Lin Zichen thinks about his relationship with Shen Qinggun, confident she would never leave him. His research is interrupted. Before we move ahead, please take a second to like on this video. A like tells me that you enjoyed this topic. Your support helps Amazing Apai grow naturally. When he scrolls further and sees something that shocks him, under the relationship section, It lists his ex-wife as Yuan Dongji, which Lin Zichen recognizes as another name for Shen Qinghan's new master, Mo Dongji. He also sees that the profile pictures for his son, Yuan Shuqing, and daughter Yuan Xiaoi are grayed out, making him wonder if they have both died. Lin Zichen looks up from his phone at Liu Chuanwu, concluding this man should not be underestimated. Noticing the intense stare, Liu Chuanwu smirks. He proudly states that maintaining his youthful appearance at nearly 100 years old is proof of the great potential of pure-blooded humans, and it is for this reason that Tan Renge exists. He passionately declares that Tan Ren means humanity will conquer the heavens. He argues that those who rely on gene fusion will never surpass the beasts they take their power from, and will eventually be destroyed by them. He makes the same argument for mechanical modification, stating that because many materials come from aberrant beasts, it is also a path that can never truly surpass its origins. He slams his fists on the table, clarifying that Tan Renge is not completely against these methods, but is against humanity betting its entire future on them. He believes they should be used as an early-stage solution while they research a better long-term path. With great passion, Liu Chuanwu extends his hand, sincerely inviting Lin Zichen to join Tan Renge and work for the future of humanity. However, Lin Zichen holds up a hand, silently declining. Undeterred, Liu Chuanwu expresses his firm belief that Lin Zichen has the potential to become the first pure-blooded human to break through the ordinary biological barrier. Lin Zichen, however, remains practical and asks what exactly this cultivation method is. Liu Chuanwu proudly explains, their technique is the blood-tempering art, a method from ancient ruins. He describes it as a way to use one's own qi and blood to temper and strengthen the body, increasing combat power. He boasts that ancient records claim at its highest level. This art allows a practitioner to become a saint in the flesh, capable of shattering mountains and tearing apart giant steel beasts with their bare hands. However, Liu Chuanwu reveals a critical limitation. The art can only be practiced by pure-blooded humans. He explains that gene fusers have impure blood, while mechanically modified individuals have incomplete bodies that prevent the necessary circulation of qi and blood. This, he argues, is why he believes humanity's future lies with pure-blooded individuals. He once again formally asks Lin Zichen to join Tan Renge. Lin Zichen thoughtfully replies that he feels he knows too little about this path and would prefer to just observe for now. Becoming more insistent, Liu Chuanwu leans forward, telling Lin Zichen he can take his time learning, but it would be a great shame to waste his incredible physical talent. Leaning in close, Liu Chuanwu tells him that from Tan Renge's perspective, the supposed top scholar with 16% gene fusion compatibility is nothing compared to him. He goes so far as to say she can't even compare to a single hair on Lin Zichen's head, causing a shocked Shen Qinghan to spit out her drink, surrounded by a fiery aura of conviction. Liu Chuanwu declares they have always believed that Lin Zichen, with his #1 physical test data, is the true top talent in the province. He tells Lin Zichen that if he chooses their path, he will undoubtedly be able to crush Shen Qinghan in the future. This leaves Shen Qinghan looking dejected, wondering why she is being dragged into the conversation. Lin Zichen raises his hand to interrupt Liu Chuanwu's speech. He points directly at the downcast Shen Qinghan, clarifying that she is the top scholar with the 16% gene fusion compatibility he was just talking about. Shen Qinghan gives an awkward wave as Liu Chuanwu begins to sweat nervously. Deciding to end the conversation, Lin Zichen announces it is getting late. He picks up the phone Liu Chuanwu had offered him earlier. Standing up, he takes Shen Qinghan's hand, thanks Liu Chuanwu for the phone and drinks, and informs him they are leaving. In a panic, Liu Chuanwu reaches out desperately, pleading with them to wait and offering a trial period of half a year. As they walk away hand in hand, he shouts after them, offering to double whatever benefits the Evolution Academy gives him. When that doesn't stop them, he becomes even more desperate and raises his offer to triple the benefits. The word triple makes Lin Zichen stop, his eyes wide with shock. The scene changes abruptly, as Lin Zichen is suddenly back at the table, telling Liu Chuanwu he has always agreed with Tan Renge's philosophy. With a fiery look of determination, Lin Zichen clenches his fist and declares he has decided to bring his talent to Tan Renge and contribute to the cause of pure-blooded humanity. Liu Chuanwu is left stunned and speechless, while a small, chibi version of him cries over the vast amount of money he has just promised. Having made his decision, Lin Zichen tells Liu Chuanwu he has a question. He asks if he knows what the source site is. Liu Chuanwu is visibly surprised, wondering how a young student could know about such a place. His expression turns solemn as he explains that the source site is believed to be the origin of all life. He elaborates that all the aberrant beasts in the world originate from there. Lin Zichen reflects on the information, realizing the source site is the origin of all aberrant beasts. He asks Liu Chuanwu if the beast meat sold in markets also comes from there. Liu Chuanwu confirms this, explaining the meat on Earth isn't enough to feed the general population. Lin Zichen then asks about videos of the place. Liu Chuanwu shakes his head, explaining that no electronic devices function there, so the only way to record anything is through realistic drawings. This triggers a memory for Lin Zichen. He recalls the image of Shen Qinghan's senior sister, Lu Oqianzui, and realizes what he thought was a photograph was a highly detailed painting. Their conversation is interrupted by Lin Zichen's phone ringing. It is their friend, Yu, asking where they are, as the promotional event at the gym is about to start. Lin Zichen assures him they are on their way. He stands, puts on his backpack, and tells Liu Chuanwu they have matters to attend to and must leave. Before they go, Liu Chuanwu hands Lin Zichen a blue book titled Blood Tempering Art, explaining it contains the detailed cultivation methods. However, he offers a caution, stating there's a threshold for practicing it. One must reach ordinary tier 4 and have sufficient qi and blood. He suggests that since Lin Zichen's physical test data is close to tier 4, he should study the book over the summer and begin practicing once he advances. Lin Zichen takes the book and casually stuffs it into his bag. To Liu Chuanwu's surprise, Lin Zichen reveals that he has already reached ordinary tier 6, so he plans to start practicing as soon as he gets back. The scene shifts to a high-rise building. Inside, a young woman with a ponytail is training intensely, delivering a powerful kick to a heavy bag that sends it swinging. She stops when she hears someone whistling happily. Turning, she sees Liu Chuanwu walking in with a spring in his step. Curious, she asks the dean what has made him so happy. Liu Chuanwu boasts to the young woman with a proud expression. He claims that thanks to his charisma, he recruited the student with the top physical test scores in the province into Tan Rengai. The young woman is shocked and asks if it is true. Liu Chuanwu shows her his phone with Lin Zichen's contact information, claiming it was all his personality, but she demands the truth. Under pressure, Liu Chuanwu nervously admits he had to offer Lin Zichen triple the benefits the Evolution Academy was offering. The young woman screams in horror, reminding him their organization is already heavily in debt. Liu Chuanwu tries to calm her by massaging her shoulders, reassuring her he has set up dates with 3 wealthy women to cover the costs while she looks annoyed. Changing the subject, Liu Chuanwu asks how long it took her to sense her qi and blood when she first practiced the blood tempering art. She recalls it was 10 years ago and says it took about a week. He then asks how long it took to master blood control, and she replies 2 months. Liu Chuanwu strokes his chin, praising her talent as expected of the former Kyoto exam runner-up. He admits that even he, a self-proclaimed genius, took 2 weeks to sense his qi and blood. The young woman looks sad, asking him not to mention her past title. She laments that since giving up gene fusion to join Tan Renji, she hasn't evolved into a high-level being in years and feels people mock her for fading into obscurity. Liu Chuanwu places a comforting hand on her shoulder, telling her to let them laugh. He assures her that in a few years, when she evolves, she will be the one beating them up. The young woman sighs, noting she has tempered her body twice, but still hasn't opened an acupoint. She asks about Liu Chuanwu. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Amazing Apai. Subscribing makes sure you do not miss the next video, and it gives me motivation to keep improving the quality of every upload. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.